Hi everyone, welcome to Sunday's reading. Welcome back if you are rejoining me. Hello to all the newbies out there. I'm going to start this week's reading. This is the reading about the Divine Masculine who is in a relationship with a karmic, or in a karmic relationship as we should say. What I'm going to do, for those of you who are new, I'm going to do the joint energy for the past week between the Divine Masculine and the Karmic. Then we'll do the Karmic's energy over here and the Divine Masculine's energy over there. If you do like the reading, please don't forget to subscribe. Please, it really, really helps the channel. And if you could tick the like button, that's even better. Okay, let's get started. And unusually this week, I'm going to start with some angel cards, and I'm going to use them for the joint energy. I've been guided to do so, so let's go with it and see what we get. Okay. Spirit, what is the joint energy, please, between the Divine Masculine and the Karmic this week? What messages do you want to tell us about the joint energy? What messages do you want to tell us? Thank you. Okay, so we've got romance. Stick with it, people. We'll clarify in a moment. Choose a new direction. See what I mean? Let's see. Remain positive. And success. So, positive cards, really. Obviously, as I said, this is the joint energy between the Karmic and the Divine Masculine. And, of course, we started off with the romance card. What's significant for me, because I don't want to read this on its own, because it could mean all sorts of things. I need the clarifiers to go along with this today. But what it sort of says to me initially is that, you know, we started this situation, or they started this relationship with the thought of romance, okay? That's how it started. It's the first card that came out. But the second card is very significant because we see them choosing a new direction here. So what started as a romance is changing. And we've been seeing that over the past few weeks. You know, we've been getting some really strong messages over the past few weeks. So, you know, they're trying to remain positive. It's going to have its challenges, but they're trying to remain positive. And, you know, ultimately things are going to work out well for them in choosing this new direction. That is the feeling I'm getting. That's the message I'm getting. Let's find out more about this. I'm going to go with, they want me to use these this week for the Divine Masculine. What are we using for the Karmic, please? They said stick with those, so we're going to use those. Okay. So, regarding this romance issue, what do you want to tell us? How's the Divine Masculine connected to that energy, please? Yeah, look at this. Release. That's exactly what I said. That's why I said don't freak out when we saw the first romance card, because the Divine Masculine this week is more than ready to release any romantic feelings that ever were between he and the Karmic. Do bear in mind, as I always say in my readings, they're not gender specific. So when I just use the terms he and she because, you know, that's what comes to me. But, you know, if your Divine Masculine is female, then, you know, just adjust the words as fits your situation. But, you know, what we see there is a Divine Masculine that's saying, yeah, you know what, I was interested in the first instance. It was a bit of a romance, but actually, you know, it's gone. I'm ready to release it, you know, and I am releasing it, more to the point, because that's what we've seen in the previous week's readings. If you've not seen those, please check them out on the channel. They're in the twin flame folder. So let's see how that sort of is resonating, or how the Karmic is dealing with that. I've got a frog in my throat. Yeah, look, she's playing for time at the moment, you know. So it may be that the karmic still has these elements of doubt. She still really doesn't want this situation to end. So she's just waiting to see what happens. She knows that the divine masculine wants to move on. She knows he wants to go in a different direction. And in a way, I always think with this card, you know, even though she felt things were solidly rooted and that they were blossoming, it's almost like they've just said to me, what goes around comes around. Let me know how significant that statement is for those of you who, you know, it sort of resonates with, because, yeah, there's this real feeling that there's a cycle completing here. But, you know, it may well be that the karmic is wanting to delay the process a little bit. And it may simply be that there's not the romantic feelings there necessarily for the karmic, but she or he are not quite ready to move on, you know? Whereas the divine masculine is very ready to move on. So what is this new direction? How is the divine masculine feeling about a new direction, please? Yeah, look, he's got new energy. He feels really up for it. That's what I said earlier. You know, he's ready. He's ready to have a new life. He's ready to move in this new direction. And whereas in the past, you know, we've seen this sort of energy a lot over the last few months, but we haven't felt that he's quite there yet. He's been quite downtrodden, quite trapped, doesn't know quite what to do with himself. But here we see the divine masculine feeling revitalized, feeling like this is now possible because all those dark energies that were around before are being released and have been released. They've just said to me, releasing toxic situations. So how's the karmic feeling about this new direction, please? Oop, thank you. Yeah, look, this may be why the karmic is playing a waiting game, because in terms of a new direction, you know, she's always struck us. I have to take that card because it came out at the same time, sorry. Right, this karmic has always been quite insecure. She's always relied heavily on the divine masculine to support her, to look after her, to provide for her financially. That was a big pull for her in this relationship. So it could be that she's biding her time until she finds some sort of support relationship, whether that be, you know, a new partnership, whether it be a friend, someone else that she can rely on in the same way, you know. So this may be why she's sort of dragging her heels in terms of agreeing to the moving on, because she wants that feeling of security. This card came out at the same time. Right, yeah, it came out in reverse and it's the balance card. So this is why, you know, she's feeling, the karmic at the moment is feeling a bit unbalanced. She's feeling insecure. She's not quite there yet. As I said, she's always been quite insecure and she's always needed the support of someone around her, even though she may present differently. So, you know, this is the reason why, you know, in terms of the new direction, she's needing that support to make that step forward. So what is the divine masculine doing in terms of remaining positive, and why is he remaining positive? Yeah, you know, it's about him keeping that belief. He's got the vitality now, but, you know, this is about him believing that he can be successful this time because, you know, he's got this vitality, you know, about moving in a new direction, this new energy. He just needs to believe. Again, we have a second card, so I'll keep that. But he just needs to believe that if he remains positive, that's what will bring him success. That's what will move him forward. For some of you, your divine masculine may be traveling towards you. He sees it as traveling towards a light. Look at the light in here and the light here. You know, so it may be for some of you, he has to travel to see you. But generally, this is about him knowing that if he keeps that energy up and positive, that's what will bring him success. Let me see the second card. Yeah, and he's trying, we have the base chakra card, so he's trying to stay very grounded about the decisions he makes. So although he's being positive, he's trying not to go off on a flight of fantasy. You know, he's trying to keep his feet on the ground and make wise decisions here. Let's see how the karmic is coping with this positivity and trying to remain positive. Let me turn the cards. Okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah, she's trying, look, the karmic is trying to remain positive about the fact that she's going to be on her own for a while. As I said just a few minutes ago, this karmic is someone who needs someone else to help carry her in a way. This is what she believes she needs. We know that she really doesn't need that, but this is what she believes she needs because of the insecurities she feels. She's feeling wobbly about life at the moment. So, you know, she's trying to, you know, at least now remain positive about the fact that she can survive on her own and she can do this on her own. She, you know, she can step out. Some of the karmics may have a child that they care for or children they care for. It may be that for a while they're going to be a single parent, or it may simply be that they're going to be living alone for the first time in their life, you know. But whatever it is for the karmic in your situation, she's trying to have the confidence and remain positive. Again, this is part of her growth, that she's going to be okay when she's on her own. So what will this success look like, Spirit, please? What will success look like for the Divine Masculine, please? Yeah, look. Wow. Yeah. Look. They won't stay to go. Look at this. Moving on. The Divine Masculine will feel that he's achieved what he wants to achieve when he's moved on from this situation. That will be when he feels that the strategies that have been put in place over the last few months, and there's been some really difficult times in this relationship, but he will feel successful once he's walking away. Okay, there will be emotion there. We have water in this card, and where there's water there's emotion, so there will be some mixed emotions for the Divine Masculine, but he's more than ready to walk. We started off with the Divine Masculine releasing any type of romance in this relationship, and here we see him walking, and that's what will bring him that success. You know, he knows it. And that's what's making him feel energized, because, you know, he's got that inner confidence that, you know, he can walk and he can feel, you know, balanced and okay. What will be success for the karmic, please, Spirit? What will be success for the karmic? I don't know, Spirit, is it? Yes, okay. She's feeling, they've just said to me another one, so we'll shuffle for another one, but they've just said to me sacrifice. Sorry, the card they've given us is sacrifice. You know, she felt that she'd found her pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, basically. She felt that this relationship was going to be forever. She felt she had a lot to gain, you know, in terms of her security. So she is feeling that she's having to sacrifice things. And look at this, there is water here. It is water, but it's muddy water. Look at that. So there's a part of the karmic that, you know, is feeling not stuck, because we do have emotions, but she's confused at the moment because, as I say, she has these concerns and these worries about how she's going to be. She's trying to remain positive, but, you know, what she thought was a rainbow in a pot of gold has turned into very murky waters, and that isn't what she was expecting. Let's pull the second card that they wanted us, because that will clarify the success card. Please clarify the success card for the karmic. Please, thank you. Yeah, deep down, I think she knows, even though she had all these hopes for this relationship, for some of them, they may have rushed into this situation. And, you know, she feels that, you know, when she finds her true destiny, that's when she will feel totally successful. You know, at the moment, she's feeling that life is a sacrifice and she's in these murky waters and she hasn't quite reached her destiny. You know, she may have mistakenly felt that the Divine Masculine was her destiny, but, you know, through her relationship with him, she's actually grown. She's learnt a bit more about standing on her own 2 feet. And plus, you know, I'm sure a lot of other lessons. It will vary from obviously karmic to karmic. But, you know, she has this deep down belief that there's still somebody there waiting for her and a path that she needs to walk in order to reach her destiny. Interesting. I did quite well this week. That's the first time I've said interesting. Those of you that watch the channel a lot know that it's my favourite word because I find it endlessly interesting. So, what should we do now? This actually seems really straightforward to me. Usually I go through with clarifiers. I think I'll just clarify 1 or 2 this week because, as I say, the message is very clear. It's very direct. You know, we maybe need to look at some action steps. Let's look at some action steps. But yeah, I don't feel like we need to go through all of them this week. I'd like to look at this moving on card. Because what is the action that the Divine Masculine is going to take regarding moving on? What is the action that he's going to take? Okay, we've had this card come up a couple of times in recent readings. You know, it's been exhausting trying to deal with the emotions attached to this karmic relationship. And the Divine Masculine will need a time of rest. He's going to put all his battle swords, you know, down where they need to be, and he's going to take some time out. So, you know, it may not be that your Divine Masculine will walk straight out of the karmic situation into your arms, Divine Femmes. He may need, and probably will need, some time out to just relax, to just get his thoughts in order, to have that breathing space before moving forward. So we need to be mindful of that. What can you tell us about after the breathing space, please? What will happen after this breathing space that the karmic the Divine Masculine has? Yeah, it's this passionate new beginnings. So, you know, you're already in his mind, Divine Femme. He already thinks about you 24/7. If you think about him 24/7 and you're in a true twin flame relationship, then he will be thinking about you also. And this is about lessons that he's learnt and a passionate new beginning. So, you know, he will be ready to step forward and take that action, but he needs to rest first, okay? The Divine Masculine has been through a lot in terms of learning lessons over the last few months. So, you know, we have to be a bit compassionate where that's concerned. And I know as Divine Femmes, we've been through a lot as well. I do know that, yeah. Seriously, I know that. But, you know, what, you know, we feel, they feel. So, you know, they've been through a lot too. Do we need to know anything about the karmic? What is this destiny? Let's have a look at this. What is the action steps the karmic's going to take towards her destiny? Yeah, you know, I think at the moment she's going to sort of feel a bit hemmed in by her circumstances. So it could be that she's going to be under some pressure. And they've just said financial pressure, which is interesting. So we haven't got a Pentacles card here, but this is like, she may feel that she's trapped by this situation. It may be that she's having to take over the bills for the house that was joint, for example. Or, you know, it may be that she has responsibilities that she's having to take more on. More of on. I meant to say that was terrible English, but you know what I mean. You know, she's almost like keeping herself stuck. So there may be some sort of... yeah, again, worry and concern, because we've seen this up here that, you know, she's feeling a bit wobbly at the minute. So she may not take any action initially. And this is interesting because obviously we have the Divine Masculine taking his time out and his time to breathe once he's walked away. And we have the karmic sort of just the reality of it has hit her and she's feeling sort of what on earth do I do now? I'm trapped in my life. I'm trapped in this situation. What will she do then? Oh, sorry, Spirit. Can we do that again? I'm not sure that that card was meant. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, she will then be in a position to make some decisions, you know. She will want to balance this out. Look, we had the balance card earlier, but she was feeling wobbly. It was out of balance because it was in reverse. So, you know, once she's got through the initial sort of feelings of being trapped in her situation, she will actually make some decisions that will help her to move forward towards this destiny which she, you know, is entitled to, like everybody. Interesting. Do we need to know anything else, Spirit? Is there anything else we need to know here? No. They're saying no. It's straightforward today. This is strange because I usually do loads of cards, don't I? But this is all very, very straightforward. So what energies do we have for the Divine Femme, please? Let's have a look at this. We know that the Divine Masculine is planning on leaving. We know he needs some time out. We know he's planning passionate new beginnings. So, you know, that's where he's at, everybody. But let's see what the energy is. What's the energy that the Divine Feminine needs to take on board, please? Yeah, look, it's building blocks, Divine Femme. Like I said earlier, it may not be that the Divine Masculine walks out of this karmic relationship straight into your arms because he needs some time out. But what's happening here is he's moving forward. He's finally physically taking the steps. We're not seeing those cards of restriction for him that we used to see. Now he's got this new energy and he's believing that this can work, and he's moving forward away from this karmic situation. It's taken him a long time, but he's put down the building blocks. So, you know, have faith here, Divine Femme, because this is what's happening. What else does the Divine Femme need to know? What does the Divine Femme need to do, please? Whichever way the energy goes. Let's see. Well, meanwhile, as I drop everything. Yeah, look at this. How beautiful is that? A new life. So, you know, the Divine Masculine is putting down these blocks, and, you know, these are blocks that are going to affect you also, Divine Femme, because, you know, you're included in his plans. So, you know, here he is taking the steps towards this new life. And so they are also your building blocks towards your new life. How is it going to be, Spirit, please? How's it going to be for the Divine Femme? How's it going to be? What's the energy going to be? Whoops. I keep dropping the cards today. Yeah, look. You two have a job to do together. That's the whole point of the twin flame journey. You know, there are things that you need to do when you're together. You know, each of your paths will be different in terms of twin flame couples. But, you know, we have the Owl of Wisdom here. You'll know what that is, what feels right when you're together. And it is your opportunity to co-create something very, very beautiful. I love the fact that we have the egg on this card because it's almost, you know, about a rebirthing. What else? Can we have one more, please, for the Divine Femme? Can we have one more for the Divine Femme, please? Thank you. Yeah. Spirit, no, it's an unfinished symphony. You have unfinished business with this Divine Masculine. So, you know, this is why your new life is about to happen, Divine Femme. Please let me know. If you hear from your Divine Masculine soon, even if it's just a general sort of, hi, how are you? How you doing? You know, sort of message, do let me know, because again, he'll be putting down building blocks for this new life that he wants to co-create with you. So, yes, it is an unfinished symphony. It's not over. There is more to come. Very beautiful stuff to come by the looks of it. Yay! How long have we waited for this? All right, I'm going to leave it there today. As I say, that was a very straightforward reading today, but so positive and so beautiful, to be honest. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and I will be doing another karmic reading next Sunday. So please, I was saying, please don't forget to tune in. I think I'm on TV. You know what I mean. Crazy. Okay. So yes, thank you for all your comments. By the way, I love to read them. I do sort of answer as many as I can, or at least sort of like them. So, you know, yeah. Thank you for watching. Take care, everyone. Have a beautiful week, and we'll catch up soon. Bye for now.